Can you please put your hands together for Rohan Arneil?
How's everyone doing? I got out of a relationship last year. Relationships can be like so good so quickly and then just so draining so quickly. You just meet a woman at a party and you're like, you are incredible. And then 6 months later you're in a car being like, so you don't believe in ghosts at all? Just not at all. Sick. Just getting into fights outside of the zoo about whether it's okay to smoke weed outside of the zoo. And I stand by my stance. Like, they're the ones that built a zoo. Come on. If a cop came at that moment, like, I would have been let go, I reckon. He would have been like, come on, he's about to see penguins. The real little guys. I am like an Australian man, though. So if I am in a relationship, I do have to be like, I love you. To prove that love, I will flog whoever. Like, I will fight a man for you. And every single time they're like, please don't do that. That would be horrible. And I just have to be like, well, it's not really about you, is it? It's about my love. I think I just like watched too much Underbelly when I was a teenager. And they just crush up sex and love and violence into the most beautiful 38-minute program. And now every time I'm in love, I'm like, I've got to go stab an ecstasy dealer. I go get in a fight with the whitest Lebanese bloke you've ever seen. Just because Australian telly doesn't know how to cast. I used to be into women that like didn't give a fuck about anything. I thought it was like so hot and cool not to care about anything. And then I dated one and now I'm all good. I'm full, yeah. Yeah, done with that actually. My ex hated PDA, which I think is pretty normal, private displays of affection. That all, bit silly. No, I think I'm just like too needy. Like I need to be like draped in compliments. Like women, you guys have like unwanted compliments in your life. I've never had an unwanted compliment in my entire life. Every compliment I've ever received, I was waiting for that for 12 years, thank you. So a gay bloke calls me hot at 3 a.m. and I'm like, thank you, sir. You are a paternal presence in my life. I am getting better at like seeing the red flags though. Like I went on a date at the end of last year and 2 beers in, pub, first date, she called a bag to the pub. And this is me, I clocked that. That's pretty good. And I went home. That's pretty good. I went home at 4 a.m, but I did go home. Not because I was like being all, like I was resisting the urge to kiss a woman. I didn't kiss a woman. Just all vibe just disappeared. We both did bag and then became the 2 worst versions of ourselves. She was like talking about her like year 12 drama project and I was like, aren't you like a 31-year-old woman? What the fuck are we doing? I'm just going, my turn to talk, my turn. And then it was finally my turn and I was like, well, surf movies haven't been good in 20 years and if they let me direct them, then they could be good again. And like, if I could do a lot of big things and she was still trying to be flirty, she was like, oh, do you surf? And I was like, nah, my hips are fucked now. I've been thinking about this a bit. Australia, we're like the only country in the world that's playing this sick little experiment where we're like, let's give plumbers 400k, see what happens. No one else does that. That's just our thing. That's cool. That's fun. We're like running a little experiment for the rest of the world. And now we can be like, you can pay them more. We cannot guarantee you that they'll be less angry. There's no guarantee. They just have coke problems and Rams now. I am a tradie. I have a bit of tradie anger. Like, not as bad as the older generation, but like if I see a Mini Cooper on the road, I am like, fuck you, dumb little car. Like, I'll like 60k, you fucking idiot. You could have bought 2 utes. That's a tradie mentality. It's like, I'm on the shovel, you got to be on the shovel. You could have a pool cleaning business and a lawn mowing business, you fucking idiot. Who would have thought that paying someone $9 an hour for 4 years and calling them gay while they learn a new skill would result in a bit of a chip on your shoulder? I think it's a good system. No, it's good. Shouldn't change it at all. You just cop too much shit. Like, when I was an apprentice, no money, my boss starts complaining about his life, but then he'll slip stuff about you in. He'll be like, and your super just came out of my business account. And I had to be like, oh, I hate that law so much. Just imprison me. Who cares, bro? Have you guys ever seen like a 68-year-old man dig for his job? It's always so jarring. And you're like, damn, old fella's still on the tools. Fuck. And then you start watching him and you're like, but he's digging perfectly. Like, he's just getting through it. Like, that's nice. Like, maybe I'm going to be okay. Maybe my body's going to hold up. And then every single time he walks away, he's like, God damn it. He's adapted to digging. Three-legged dog off the tools. Tough. I was a removalist for a long time. What that is you just kind of rock up to a mansion and a rich lady kind of bitches at you. And people find moving so stressful and they're like, oh, who should I vent to? The 19-year-old carrying my fridge, perfect. Got him here, nice. The problem is, if you are a wealthy enough white lady from the North Shore, you can't really do any task without labelling it a nightmare or a roller coaster. They'll just be like, we got our kitchen redone, it was a nightmare. And you're wearing a shirt that matches a truck, and you're like, yeah, that's what all my nightmares are like. People doing paid services for me, sick. I just worked at like a bad company that didn't pay well, so it was just me and British backpackers. And I have nothing against British people on stage. Take a microphone out of my hand, I'll say some things. No, they're just not good at being removalists in this country. Like, they don't hydrate enough. You gotta hydrate heaps in this country. And I'd tell them, I'd be like, you gotta drink more water, man. And every day, my little pink face brigade would be falling over. I don't know what you can do in England is if you can just like add a bit of water to your gravy and you're like, done for the year, nice. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything, but like work one day with a British removalist and you'll be like, oh yeah, Stonehenge was built by the aliens, hey. A British man wasn't involved in any of that shit. All right, I gotta go. Have a nice night, guys.
Hands together for Rohan, Arneil, and keep that round of applause going.